guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Briggy and today I'm going to be telling you guys a story. Yes, this video is a story time, but it's a paranormal experience story time. And it's a bit more creepy than my Bloody Mary story because it kind of happened after the whole Bloody Mary incident. And this one, I would probably say it's a poltergeist because after the things that happened, it was kind of, hard to be just a coincidence. Anyway, getting straight into the story, I hope you guys like it. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below on what your views are on this. I know on my Bloody Mary video I got a lot of feedback and some of it freaked me out. Apparently my camera was moving, so I rewatched the video and I saw that the camera actually was moving, so that kind of freaked me out. So right now I'm kind of scared, like, just in case this video moves or like certain noises happen. Anyway, I hope you guys like it and yeah, we'll get straight into the video. So this happened about... how old was I? I would have been about 14, so that's like 6 years ago. Anyway, it was in the summer and it had happened just after Christmas. I don't know if it was before New Year's, I can't remember, but it was in that time frame between like Christmas and New Year's Eve, and it was a Saturday. And I remember it was a Saturday because every single Saturday, without like a fail, I would get up at 6:30 in the morning just to watch Saturday Disney because I never had Disney Channel. So every Saturday morning I would wake up at around 6 o'clock just to get there by 6:30 to watch Saturday Disney. And at this time we had relatives stay over. I had my grandma and my aunt staying over, so they used to get up pretty early and watch TV, so I'd like to, be the first one in there so I can watch my shows. Anyway, so I woke up and I was pretty tired, but I went out to the lounge, and when I went out there, when you wake up in the morning your eyes are like sort of blurry, like foggy? Well, anyway, I rubbed my eyes and I was like, something doesn't look right in here. So I walked a bit further into the lounge room. It was pretty bright in there, like the sun was coming through like the blinds and stuff. So I just opened up the kitchen blind and I looked straight into the TV room. I'm like, there's something missing from here, like I can't really... Anyway, so I couldn't really pinpoint what it was, so I walked a bit forward. Anyway, I couldn't really pinpoint what it was, so I walked a bit closer, turned on the TV, put it onto Channel 7, and I was waiting for Disney Channel to come on. Saturday Disney, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so I was sitting there and I'm like, no, this does not look right. And so I looked towards the bar. So the bar is where, like, my family keeps, like, there's not really alcohol in there, but there's only like a few bottles of wine. But there's a shelf, like, at the back, and on the shelf is my dad's, like, trophies. There's, like, some glass cups and, like, these steel sort of cups. I don't really know how to explain them, but they're, like, trophy sort of cups. And anyway, I looked towards there and like underneath the shelf there's like this big sort of canvas photo with like different like wine glasses and just like all those sort of things. Like I would put a photo in here if I can. I don't really know how to do that, so there probably won't be a photo, but just so like to explain it, there's a bar and there was like 2 chairs underneath it and it's like a wall and it's like a cutout in the wall, so there's like a bench sort of thing, and it's probably... It's a bit, like, probably about that big, and, like, you can look over into it, and, like, you can stand there and, like, serve drinks and whatever, and in the bar, there is a little mini fridge, there's a little shelf, like a little, bookshelf sort of thing, and then on the wall behind, there's the shelf with, like, the trophies, and then there's, like, a little, like, a canvas, and then there's, like, these bag sort of things, like binocular, like, those antique collectible things, like, hanging from the wall. Anyway, so that was there, and I looked towards it, and I'm like, where the heck is it? Like, it wasn't there. And I'm like, no, this isn't right. Like, am I dreaming or something? So I rubbed my eyes because, as I said, it was, like, kind of foggy. Anyway, so I walked closer, and I actually realised it wasn't on the wall. So, and as I was walking closer, all I could picture, like, I kid you not, I will never get this image out of my head. Like, if you ever seen The Exorcist, do you know that creepy girl face? Anyway, that's all I could picture as I was walking closer, so I freaking darted to my parents and I was like, fuck this, like, I'm not gonna go see there, like, a little fucking demon sitting there, like, hell no. So I ran to my parents' room, and I was like, something's, like, up here, like, there's nothing in the bar, whatever's there isn't there anymore, and they're like, what the hell? And keeping this in mind, it was like 6:30 in the morning, so they didn't really want me waking them up like that. And so we went down that end of the house, and nothing was stolen or anything, so we weren't broken into because there's like alarm systems down that end of the house. And obviously my aunt and grandma, they never heard anything, so I don't really know what it was. And as we went closer, my dad was like, this isn't on the wall. So basically, it wasn't even like pulled off the wall, like nothing hit it, like there was no earthquakes or whatever, if that's what you're thinking. Anyway, so it looked like someone had drilled it out of the walls, like all the screws, because that's how it was like placed. The glasses that were on there weren't smashed. Like there was probably about one that was smashed, and there was like a lot of glasses on there. And keeping in mind it is a tiled floor on the bottom. So these glasses weren't even smashed, and me being me, I was like, what the heck is this? Like glasses are supposed to smash if it hits like a hard floor. Like it was like a high shelf. But the weird thing that happened was those steel cups it's like someone crushed it like that. Like they weren't even, like if that fell on the floor, it's not going to crush like someone squished it in their hands. Like all of the cups were like that. And I'm just sitting there like, what the actual hell? But the thing that got me really freaked out is if the shelf had fallen, it would have fallen straight. But it wasn't. So basically, just say this is a shelf on the wall and this is the bar over here. The shelf, if it fell, it would have just fallen straight on the floor. It would have just like probably landed like halfway on the shelf, like on the bookshelf sort of thing. But it wasn't. It was placed directly upright like this on the bench of the bar. How the fuck could that happen? So it was basically like that. It was placed up, oh my bank cards. It was placed upright on the bench like that. And the canvas was, I think the canvas just fell on the floor. I can't really remember. I never paid attention to the canvas, but the shelf was placed like this. And I was like, how the heck can that happen? So anyway, my dad cleaned it up and he said, there's nothing to worry about, like it's no ghosts. And I was like, yeah it is, that's like a poltergeist. So I decided to like look up what a poltergeist is. What a poltergeist is, it is a ghost or other supernatural being supposedly responsible for physical disturbances, such as making loud noises and throwing objects around, which can be considered like moving objects and throwing objects like that. It just depends like what it is. Yeah, so it's basically a ghost or spirit supposed to manifest its presence by noises, knockings, etc. Yep, so that's what it basically does. So after that happened, I went to my grandma's house that night, my other grandma, not the one that was staying with us, and I was talking to my cousin about it because he was over, and my uncle was also like telling us about it as well, and he was trying to get us on the subject of it's just like it just fell off the wall, it's like an old shelf, you know, stuff like that. And me and my cousin were like, we're not fucking like that stupid, like this was a poltergeist, because if the shelf had fallen, it would have just fallen straight and it wouldn't have landed like that. The nails probably wouldn't, the screws wouldn't have been taken out of the wall, like it probably would have been broken off the wall basically. But that didn't happen. It was like, it was properly pulled out of the wall and placed on the bench, and no one knows who did it, which is a weird thing. My aunt and grandma were sleeping down the other end of the house, and my sister, my parents were sleeping down that end of the house, and no one heard a noise, not even my dogs barked, so that's kind of weird. And the fact that I was the one that found it after the whole Bloody Mary incident pretty much freaked me out, because at the time that's what I thought it was. I thought it could have been the Bloody Mary. That's why when I was walking up to the bar to see what was behind it, I was kind of freaked out thinking about the face and like all those kind of creepy things. So my cousin told me about it. He said, like, don't ever do those Bloody Mary things again, because, you know, I was a dumbass. And, yeah, so he told me not to do it. He said, don't pay attention to those sort of things because other things can happen from that. So that day my dad put the shelf back up and everything, and he was like, it's fine, like nothing happened. But the thing is, that shelf has been up for probably, when the time it fell down, it was up for about 25 years. And I don't think it's just going to come out of the wall looking like that after 25 years. Like, there was not even one scratch on that shelf when it fell down. So I find that pretty fucking scary. And the fact that when I went to bed the previous night, there was nothing wrong with it. Everything was fine in there. You know, it's just kind of creepy. So yeah, that was the poltergeist story in my house. And yeah, a lot of other things have happened since then, more paranormal experiences. I am trying to get my sister to film her paranormal experiences, but she's kind of been freaked out because, you know, the whole incident that happened in her room. So hopefully my next paranormal experience, I can get her to help me with that. Yeah, and anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment below if you have any paranormal experiences. Let me know if the camera moved again or some scary things like that. I haven't actually heard any noises while I'm filming this, besides my dog's barking, so pretty happy with that, nothing happened. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram and Twitter. I will leave the links down in the description box. And make sure to subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy my videos. Bye!